Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to IB Hong Kong Career Week. Today is the first day of our event, and our focus is on the agency's perspective of digital marketing. The topic for today is career planning in digital marketing from Multi-Facet agency perspective. I'm Jaslyn Tam from IAB Education Committee, and we are delighted to invite speakers from CMRS, OMD, and Mindshare to share their thoughts with us. The display Lumerscape, which shows the vast amount of companies involved in the buying, selling, as well as reporting of digital advertising, involves key players such as marketeers, agencies, ad tech, big data, as well as media companies. Hence, for the remaining days of the career week, from day 2 to day 5, we'll invite speakers from these companies to share their tips and thoughts with us. Cool. Right. So from the remaining, so let me repeat this slide one more time. So the display Lumerscape, which shows the vast amount of companies involved in the buying and selling of digital advertising, involves key players like marketers, agencies, ad tech, big data companies, as well as different media companies. Hence, for the remaining days, we will invite speakers from this company to share their tips and insights with us. To give more context, IB Hong Kong's mission is to help Hong Kong's advertising and marketing professionals get the most out of digital. It involves initiatives such as growing talents in digital marketing, helping to be a platform to resolve industry matters, as well as to be the voice of the digital agency industry in Hong Kong. So we are delighted to share that we have over 100 corporate members within our network. And next, we would like to then we'll move on to talk about, invite Alvina to share more about the apprentice program with us. Thank you, Jaslyn. So IAB is proud to present the apprentice program for 2021, which we have actually invited our members to offer over 30 placements. And the apprenticeship will experience online course, coaching, office-visit, and certificate. And to find out more and to apply, please go to the link below by the end of this month. Hopefully, it will give you a great insight to get your career started. So now we would like to invite our first speaker, Roni.
everyone. Thanks for having me here. I'm Roni, and I'm the general manager of CMRS. Can I have the control on the slide?
The remote is control is shared.
Okay, thank you. So let me quickly introduce CMRS. We are a full service digital and social media agency. So we do digital in a sense of digital marketing for business. We have been around since 2008. We are a group of a few companies that we deliver, as I said, that basically anything regarding to digital marketing. So at this point of time in Hong Kong and around the world, there's no way you do marketing without doing digital. And not to mention that digital means, by all means, there is social media. So we have been around since day one, kind of how Facebook started to take on companies and all that. And we have been recently acquired by a ag tech company named iClick, which is a NASDAQ company listed as well. So to quickly give you guys a quick introduction of what CMRS actually do, we do have a 8 different set of business here. As you can see on the top left-hand corner, we do strategy and consulting services. So which it will be including all basically anything regarding to marketing related. And we also focus on cross-border business as well. We do travel retail, you name it. Like whenever you travel to another place, there's always nice to actually have things ready for you to pick up at the duty-free place. So we do marketing over that and the different digital signals, how to better target a person that actually planning to travel to other country. Of course, when we're talking about digital marketing, there's a big piece about advertising as well. So with advertising, we do focus on performance part of the whole deal, not just only doing the awareness part. At the bottom left corner, you can see there's some content marketing. So content marketing is one of the key focus on in CMRS. We believe great content can go way beyond pay media can do. So with saying video, I mean content, there's nothing more right now on everybody's mobile is video, right? Everything video, anything animated, anything can grab anyone's eyeballs is what marketing all it's all about. So with all the things we've done, one of the key assets we need to focus is the insight and the data. So how can we squeeze in all the learnings and findings from all the campaigns or even the others campaign to put together a better plan if we have something planned for the future. So the journey of how CMRs work, we quickly divide into 3 sets of action points from the above slides. We usually focus on the right-hand side first, the achievement. So when the clients come to us, we always ask them quite a few questions, even if they have a solid brief. Because even with a solid brief, there's quite a difference in terms of what we need to do in terms of if you want awareness or if you want real business. Business in terms of you want to go get the people to buy in store or just do it over the e-commerce. So there's quite a different approach in terms of tracking, marketing, and how we convey our messages. So once we know from the right-hand side, we will go to the very left hand side, actually to go deeper in the digital space to see if we can find anything that related to the brand, related to your consumer or target audience interests, so that we can build up a great strategy with different it could be platforms, because if you're talking to youngsters, IG, it depends on how young is the target group. We might need to consider Snapchat or anything other than Facebook, and so on and so forth. So we need to plan channels, we need to plan tactics, or ultimately we want to achieve the right hand side, any achievements that the client have actually listed or agreed at the very first day. So after the brief intro, I brought a case to share with you guys, and hopefully this will be a little closer to you. Recently we just finished this campaign last year. It's Lingnam University. So it's basically talking about a info day. As everybody, as some of you might know, this university is quite a bit far away from the traditional district area, so it's not the easiest place to get to. So with COVID, with everything around, with Lingnam trying to grab get attention from the students, what can CMRS do? So we thought to put the whole thing into a Lingu info trip over Instagram, but only Instagram can only cater part of the whole journey. We want to play, we want to engage, we want the experimental thing with the youngsters. So that's what we set to do. But we don't only focus on Instagram, because we cannot forget there's a lot other like maybe your parents or maybe even other stakeholders that may be on Facebook. On top of that, Instagram is great, Facebook is nice, but we might need to actually focus on website as well. Hold on, let me go back. Page. That's fine. So during the campaign, we have break it into 3 virtual tours over the Instagram. We have, as you can see, the graphic style is kind of like we have a real person to carry you through the journey. And also notes is one of the key assets to everybody, especially for students, right? So we want to play games. We want to play games within Instagram, use all the Instagram function that all our target audience well aware of. So in order to kind of, we always say this, speak your target audience language, play the way they like to receive information that will ultimately benefit and get the result at the end of the day. So we want to use Instagram story instead of any other things, that we believe this will be easier to ask you questions and then get the right result and get the answer that everybody's wanted to do. So on the one of the things that we do is we try to grab more attention, not only just put things on Instagram. We wanted to guide a tour with a doggy cat kind of point of view, so it gives you another perspective and grab the eyeballs. How can we know that we are not the only university going to use Instagram to reach out to the target audience. So we thought about how can we uplift the whole mechanism or even make it more interesting. At the end, we just want them to know that Lingnam University is one of the options that you should consider. So on the very right hand side, some of you might know of is one of the travel booklet that is quite famous. So we want to create something that they can take away. So this link right back to the campaign site, so they can download and have something that they can take away. So it's kind of like when you visit a info day, you should have something to grab onto when you want to actually look back. So whenever that the Instagram and even Facebook, all the outlet will draw them back to the campaign site, right? Like we show here. So it's basically it's a one-stop campaign site. We didn't want to throw the audience right back to the school website. So we want an interim place that kind of create a hybrid mode before you really go sign up. You might want to take a look here for all the details you might need to consider. So this is one of the campaign we have done. So hopefully with closer to you guys, and this will give you a sense of what CMRS do as a daily basis. Last but not least, we do have a Instagram account. It's called CMRS To Do. Feel free to take a look or throw us a follow or whatsoever. We do host a this year will be the third year that we do a interviews. We do Instagram interview. We just kind of like speak to you guys with the language you guys prefer, and feel free to look up what we do, and this will show you guys the culture that we embrace. This is for my part. I'll pass the time back to Avina.
Thank you, Ronin. So without further ado, we'll invite the second speaker. So I will share the screen to Mandy. Yeah, Mandy has access to the screen control.
Thanks, Jaslyn. I'm still awaiting the screen control from your end. Cool. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Mandy, Associate Digital Director from OMD Hong Kong. And my day-to-day life in OMD Hong Kong or in this media agency mainly is for digital strategy, media planning, and day-to-day campaign management for our client. Based on clients' campaign brief, and then plan for their media placement, and then brainstorm with them together, work closely, and then think about what is the suitable campaign recommendation for them based on their given budget, and then campaign objective, or even the business goal. I still cannot control my screen.
In this case, I will help to press.
Sure. Next line, please. And next line. So here you can show the screen that there have different media partner that day-to-day that we need to communicate and work with them. For example, that the search engine that we have many different partners, for example, Google, Yahoo that you're quite familiar with. And then apart of that, we still have the SEO campaign that work with a client. And also apart from social, we have the display, for example, programmatic display based on the real-time data technology that to reach right audience, right messenger. And then the social media, like the Facebook, TED Talk, and then IG, YouTube, that kind of stuff. And then last but not least, which including some data, an ad tech company which can help us to find our right target segment with right data signal and reach them in real time in our day-to-day campaign. So next slide, please. So I would like to let you know more about our OMD company. OMD is under Omicron Media Group. It's in Hong Kong for 20 years more, and it's a fast-growing network in Hong Kong. We have 250 plus employee at this moment, and our investment level for USD is more than 300 plus million uh, as a whole company group. So in OMG, Omicron Media Group, we have two company. One is OMD, another one is PhD. Different company, we have different client from different teams. For example, that OMD will have Apple, McDonald's, CBS, Nestle Group, and even the other clients. But in PhD, we have another type of client. For example, the HSBC, Johnson, Google, and Unilever. Next slide, please. At OMG Group, we are top 3 agency in Hong Kong and is a #1 performance agency across the region. From many awards that showed that we have created many good campaign with our clients and then our internal teams together, and then record some different award winning. For example, that the Campaign Asia, we got media agency and digital agency in last year. Apart from Hong Kong, we also have Asia Pacific Performance Agency. Apart from Campaign Asia, we also won a lot of award from Marketing Magazine, including Media Agency, Integrated Media Agency, Performance Agency, and Programmatic Agency, etc. So next slide, please. We'll show in next few slides, I'll show you that why OMG or OMD Hong Kong can win so many campaign award in the past year, or how we can work closely with our clients directly in day-to-day. For example, that here is the case one that I would like to share with you, that McDonald's, during the FIFA time, will leverage the real-time data technology with our Google partner, with our clients, the data management platform, DMP, to create wonderful campaign. So as a user, you may know that in Hong Kong, there is many food delivery in Hong Kong nowadays, including Food Panda, Uber Eats, or Deliveroo. So as a McDonald's delivery, we want to leverage World Cup, the 24 hours delivery service, to engage with our real consumer, and then to trigger them to purchase more for our product during the FIFA Cup period. So we got one insight, that is fans get hungry when they get excited, which means that when people see saw the World Cup, and then when the score is come here, and then people will feel excited, and that moment will feel very excited, and then will get hungry. So with this insight, we try to leverage them with our data technology to trigger the FIFA real-time technology, the score, and then partner with our Google partner, and then leverage clients data management platform. For example, that you can see that in data management platform, we can separate our consumer into different specific target group. For example, that is a spicy lover, or the happy meal lover, or breakfast lover, etc. Based on the consumer's behavior, what they love with McDonald's, and then trigger the right moment with the real-time fever score, and then trigger them to order our McDonald's food directly. So with this campaign, we hit lots of records, not just the award winning, but also for the purchase history and the app download, or even the browsing history during the FIFA Cup time. Next slide, please. So in next slide, I'll show you another example for FedEx, or another campaign that work with client closely based on the data-driven attribution. So clients' challenge are quite direct, because that FedEx, they want to reach the B2B audience. But you know that B2B audience are quite limited in Hong Kong, especially. So we want to, based on our data, to find the different target segment based on the audience that defined, with using data driven to find the real B2B, the right consumer and market, and then we mix with different media, for example, including the search, display programmatic, social, based on the real attribution model, and then with the real-time optimization campaign, which can help our client to find the real consumer B2B consumer effectively. From this campaign, will help client to achieve the lowest cost per acquisition, and then around 600% lower than before. And then also during the campaign optimization, we can help clients to have deeper insight to understand our consumer journey, which can further help them to develop their ongoing campaign technology or ongoing campaign planning and marketing calendar. Next slide, please. So next slide, I'll show you another example about a beauty client, Estee Lauder. Uh, Estee Lauder, in this case, we, apart from the real-time data signal, we also want to leverage location data because the beauty store that they have so many beauty counter and BA in quite in the location, for example, TST. So we want to trigger and then target our competitors' consumer to encourage them to buy our Estee Lauder's product. So we'll partner with Cosmo, is one of the location technology partner together to find the right audience through different beauty brand. And then after that, when we collect different brands, consumer data, and their interests, and then we'll leverage them with our dynamic creative and then the third-party social page plus the YouTube content together to create a direct and then more individual and more one-to-one communication channel and message to them. So next slide, please. So after that, you can feel that in media agency, we base on many different consumer insight, data, technology, clients' objective with different media, for example, social, SEM, paid search, and then the programmatic together to create a wonderful campaign. So in a media agency, we have different teams together to work together closely to get the wonderful campaign together. For example, that I just mentioned, we have the data team can help us to reach and find the right target segment, and then with the audience insight. After that, we will have performance team, digital team, and business team together to base on clients' brief and then what their business objective and goal to create the proposal with the media recommendation and media strategy together, and then with our content team together to help them to create wonderful content, to make content to reach our right audience at right moment with right time. And then last but not least, we also have the buying team help us to create and then launch a campaign with the most cost effective campaign together. Next slide, please. So in the media agency, as I mentioned, we have different teams. We have performance team, agency planning team, a data team, and sales team. So here we show you the career path. That, for example, that after you graduate from university, you want to join a media agency. So we will need to think about which company or which team that you would like to join. For example, that you would like more focusing on the performance-driven campaign or the day-to-day digital planning methodology or the data specific focus or content. So here we show you that the career path in different teams together and can help you to think more about your career. Next slide, please. So you after all the slides that I just showed you before with our case study and our company structure or even the media agency structure, you ask me, hey Mandy, if I really want to join a digital agency, media agency with you together, so any specific element or any elements that you would like to recommend or you think that is more relevant to help us to join this industry. So next slide, please. In this, I would say that I think the first part is the most important is commit to learn because in digital, that all the news or technology are quite day to day different, and then they're quite keep changing. That's why I think that you need to commit to learn, keep learning yourself, and then keep adapt to the challenging environment. Also, that you need to curious about the technology, because that we're media marketer, we need to know the up to date technology news and the media behavior. And then after that, I think the passion is the also another key element that you will love you to have, because with the passion that you love your job, and then you don't think it's just a job only, but you step further and then understand more about your clients business, or even you talk to them directly, and then more understand more about their challenge and help them to build an amazing campaign as a one team together, and help client, your company, your individual team to build a good case study or even a good campaign further. So here is my sharing today, and I'll pass it back to Jocelyn. Thank you.
Thank you, Mandy. So without further ado, I will share, I'll introduce our next speaker, Brandon. So I will let Brandon control the access of our screen. So Brandon, are you able to control the screen?
Okay, I can control the screen right now. Yes, there is some delay. Okay. Thanks for having me here. I'm Brandon, Associate Director of Mindshare Hong Kong. Today, I'm going to share my experience on digital performance marketing, about the job scope, career path, essential qualities, and how you can get yourself prepared. I will try to make everything simple and relevant to you guys. Okay. Um, sorry. It's fine. Okay, so let me introduce about what is digital performance marketing. Perhaps somebody may think that digital performance marketing is about shopping online, but actually it is much broader than that. Um, to us, a digital performance marketing can be referring to any valuable action that happen online. It could be an online purchase, it could be an event sign up, it can be app download or in-app action. So everything is valuable. It could be treated as performance marketing. And then in the digital performance marketing world, we will say it as a conversion to, yeah. So regarding the job scope, actually everything that drives conversion, that helps to bring better conversion, would be one of the performance marketing job scope. It could be some online ads that have extra exposure from outside. It could be enhancing the user experience of the website. It could be some partnership with other brands. But no matter which ways we are going into, which items we are going to specialize, performance marketing is always about test and learn. We are always having an aligned testing initiative with clients. We do the campaign setup, from reporting and analysis, optimization, and then finally come up with the results. And then using the result, we will do it as a feedback to another campaign to feel the performance of the next testing initiative. So essential qualities to be digital performance marketers. First of all, to be a good performance marketers, we need to have very good math sense. Here, for math sense, I'm not talking about having some very complicated mathematics or know how to do computer scripts. Not saying that. This is a bonus, but this is not a must. What we are looking for is you are very sensitive to the figures, and then by seeing the figures, you can quickly aggregate data and get a logical conclusion and solutions. Taking for example, let's say comparing the cost per click cost per click is a very common metrics in performance metrics, performance marketing. Like $0.5 cost per click versus $1 cost per click. How much it is different? Is it very similar or very different? If you know it is the difference is huge, then you will be suitable for doing the performance marketer, because 0.5 cost per click and $1 cost per click means that with the same budget, you can only you can drive double of the clicks with the 0.5 cost per clicks. So this is some common math sense that you need to master. You need to be well prepared. And then second is a passion. Passion is very important for our industry as well as the performance marketing. So of course, if you are getting some insights from drilling the data, you will have a high sense of achievement. But behind the scene, normally we need to study a lot of data to come up with one single conclusion or insights. Maybe you can imagine it could be more than 10 tables per day. You need to drill the table one by one, quickly aggregate all the data and get the insights. So you need to get well prepared on this. You need to have the passion to overcome this. And then you need to explore the new ways to work, always willing to explore new ways to work, because every time when we are doing a task, there could be some quicker solutions. And then we need to be open-minded and then try new ways, but not sticking with the old ways. And finally, last but not least, it is a self-learning ability. In a performance marketing world, new stuff is coming out every day. Just taking for example for Google, there are 39 betas coming out in Q1 2021 just for Google in the Hong Kong market. So you can imagine how many new things we are facing, and then we need to immediately learn everything. So coming to how we can kickstart the digital performance marketing. An easy way to do is to get a taste of data for free. Actually, there are many free tools for you to try handling the data. You may try to use Excel with some formula. With the help of some formulas, you can do some data analysis yourself. You get some data and try to handle yourself. And then you can also try Google Data Studio, which help you to build some dashboard and then try some data visualization so that you can better prepare yourself. Sorry. Okay. And then second is to learn from the daily web browsing. And then because it would be because in the performance marketing world, there are no absolute right and wrong. It is more about your personal point of view and how audience react to your websites or anything. So whenever you are browsing some websites, especially those e-commerce websites, you can think about what's good in the website, what can be better, and how can it be better. You can just try to evaluate and build your own point of view, and then it will definitely help you better prepare for your performance marketing life. And then another way is to find some online resources and certification. Just say for Google and Facebook, they both have some online resources for you to do the self-learning and as well as take the examination. With this certification, it will give you some edges when you are doing the interview. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Thank you, Brendan. So we got about 20 students here from across different universities. So feel free to raise your questions by typing your questions in the Q&A panel or in the chat. Any questions? So We received one question. The question is, if I'm not a marketing or business student, can I join this industry? So I'd like to invite all three speakers. Maybe Ronan can start first.
Hey, sure. Absolutely. Myself is not from studying. They need not even have that degree back then. So I study business administration. So previously speaker have said, if you're good with numbers, you usually doing quite well in digital marketing space because we do look at report quite a bit. Everything's about performance right nowadays. So if you hate numbers, that will be quite a challenge because I see a lot of people used to be not good with Excel, not good in any formula. Joining us a couple years down the road, and they say they know they have learning from school, but they never use it. So that's part of the thing. We do hire quite a bit. I got friends that even studying biology or anything else. So if you're good with language, like to keep challenging yourself, thinking the same thing over and over again, how to do better the next time. There's always things to improve from even from a reporting point of view, from creative point of view, from copy point of view, even logistic point of view when you're running a campaign. So I would recommend anyone that if you're interested in it, it's more important than what you're studying.
Right. Thank you. How about Mandy? What's your take?
Yeah, I totally agree because I don't think that people in this industry are all about marketing and or the communication school. Uh, as I mentioned, I think that the people that in this industry mainly for the passion, detailed mind, willing to learn, and then sensitive with the numbers because in day to day, we have lots of planning based on the data and numbers together. That's why they quite need to have a quite sensitive sense about the numbers and willing to learn is the most important point to join this industry.
Right. So what do you think, like Brandon? What's your take?
I think it totally doesn't matter, no matter which major you are studying. As I have mentioned, in performance marketing, it is more about self-learning and learning new stuff. Everything there are new stuff coming out. Definitely, school cannot teach you everything. And I would think that one advantage of being a performance marketer is that it really does not need high professional quality to handle data, because normally when you're talking about data scientists, you are saying you need to have some professional degrees to do it. But as an agency to do the performance marketing with data, you need not to have such a high professional qualities, and then you can just join in and then learn data from scratch. So this would be a good advantage for you if you go for this direction.
So another question is, how out of so many candidates, how can I make myself shine like in front of the interviewers? So maybe another round. Ronnie can start first.
Sure. I saw a student doing studying nuclear engineering, right? That you should be very careful with all the steps and procedures. That might be your advantage. We in marketing we welcome any major actually, and we like people to think differently. So we need to create spark. So we cannot all think the same. We don't need to have all the same background because we all everything's keep changing. Target audience keep changing. Platform keep changing. So that's one I want to um, reply the nuclear engineer. And for the cutting edge, one thing if studying wise, of course you can take all the courses you want online. Show the interviewer that you were willing to take the extra step to actually get yourself well prepared. One of the things that I really like the graduate to be is being very nosy. They like to I like them to not quite shopaholic, but like shopping, because knowing building understand the brand love is quite hard to teach. So if you're a person that don't like to buy or don't like to shop, hate all the shopping experience, or maybe you want to break into the market and make changes. But if you understand the love from a brand perspective, that's sort of the marketing at the end we want to build. I always have an example that the high beats person that willing to buy Supreme bricks. So anything with Supreme, they're willing to buy it. So that's the ultimate marketing branding you can ask for. When you're a brand, you want business, put your logo on it, and your products will sell. That's almost crazy to understand, but that's the ultimate goal to me.
Thank you, Ronin. So, what from Mandy's perspective, what do you think? How can the candidate shine in front of so many interviewees?
Yeah, I think that is most important is willing to share their own opinion because we are not just want a machine in this agency, but we want them to share their own ideas, their creative or their thoughts to us as a team to get work together with different point of view and then as a whole team to build the campaign together, but not just everyone follow the team lead's idea only.
Right. So, Brandon, what's your take for this question?
If you are going for the role of performance marketer, as I've mentioned, the three essential qualities would be your passion, your math sense, as well as your self-learning ability. You have to show that in the interview. And then one thing I think it would be very important, no matter for any marketing interviews, would be that the thinking to show your thinking process. Mandy have mentioned that you need to speak up of your point of view, but what we would like to see is the thinking process. Uh, Even if you don't know the exact answer of anything, you just show us how you come up with the answer with your proper reasoning, be logical, and then showing this thinking process will be very important because marketing is just about how people think about the life, how people are thinking about the advertising promotion. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. And I'll invite Alvina to answer a few questions regarding the apprentice program. So for the apprentice program, as I've said, that is actually 1 month of work experience plus a series of webinars, office visit, and at the end of the program, we'll actually give you a certificate and reference letter upon satisfactory completion of the program. So all you need to do is actually just fill up the form with the link here, and it's also available on IAB Hong Kong's website by the 10th of May. But we recommend early application as we will start the interviewing by employers by batches. So the earlier you submit, the earlier we start the interview process, and the more likely you will get in. So we do expect to have a lot of applications. So starting early is always advised. And maybe I will share to go through the potential employers with you. So from the list, we actually have a series of agencies like from CMRS, Aloha, Good Cause, Harvest Media, which is a good range of local and big brands. But we also have PR agency like Sinclair, media like New Media, programmatic companies such as Eternity X, fintech, we have WeLand, big data company WePond, more IT-based company Mercury Technology, and also Tamzai. Sample Times is also a member, which is a brand that is going through huge digital journey. So
don't underestimate the experience that you have, because not many companies will have so much budget. As far as I know, they start from starting their own data center. So it would be a great opportunity to go through all this digital journey, digital transformation. So apply now at below link by the 10th of May. So for the time now, it's actually just a few minutes. See if we want to cater one more questions before we let the speakers go, because they actually have very busy schedule, and we do much appreciate to have Roni, Mandy, and Brendan with us, like to spare over an hour with us, sharing the experience and get prepared. So I'll pass it back to Jocelyn.
Yeah. So I guess without further question, we'd like to thank you to all our. One more question. Any experience required? Okay, let me see. One more question. Actually, for the apprentice program, actually there is an digital marketing experience required before applying for apprentice program. So all different faculties and studies are welcome to apply for this program. So without further questions, or in the later stage, you have a question, you can feel free to email us at info@ibhongkong.com, or reach out to us via the survey form, etc. So thank you, all our speakers, Roni, Mandy, and Brandon, for joining us today, and thank you to all the participants of the webinar today. Thank you and have a nice evening.